There'll be some able pickers watching, I'm sure, but I think there's something for everyone in this session. But first, I want to do a little exercise for anyone out there who thinks that either picking isn't for them or they'll never be able to do it. I want to prove that you can, anyone can, even if it's only in a fairly simple way. Now I'm going to play a C and I'm going to give it one strum at a time with just my thumb like this. Now if you want to give that a go and see if you can do that, I'm pretty sure you can. It's easy, isn't it? Your thumb's hitting each string one by one, but really quickly. But what happens if we slow that strum right down like this? So we're going from this to really slow. So we're just picking out one note at a time, slowing that strum down, and that's all it means, picking out one note, one by one. And if you look at that motion in detail, you start with your thumb resting on the G string, and you push your thumb down from playing that string to rest on the C string, like this. As it's resting, you just push your thumb down one more string, and again, and again. And it really is as simple as that. So if you thought you could never pick out notes, well, you just get that thumb strum and slow it right down. So if we just repeat that process, playing the C, and then move to another chord, say F, and then back to C, and back to F. So it's really not much different to going like this. Just slowing that motion down to this. So with that little exercise, I just wanted to show that anyone can pick. Even if you don't go further than that, you can do that, I'm pretty sure. We're going to move on to something a bit more complicated now, but something that I think is still really achievable. And we're going to start by not even playing the ukulele. I want you to hold your picking hand up with your first finger and your middle finger and imagine a little man running along, slowly running. Your fingers are his legs and he's running along. And that's the kind of motion we're going to use in this picking pattern. Just going to use those two fingers to pick with, and this hand is going to play a C chord. It could just be open strings, we're not particularly worried about this end, but I'm going to play a C because it sounds a bit nicer. So with your running man fingers, what they're going to do in detail, your first finger is going to pick the G string. As you do that, your middle finger in the running man motion is going to play the A string, and then your first finger is back to the E string, first finger C string, and then it starts again with your first finger on the G string. So just to run through that again, first finger G, middle finger A, first finger G, middle finger A, first finger E, first finger C, first finger G, and off we go again. And it's with those little running man fingers that are making that motion. So almost when you try it, almost imagine that running man is doing the work for you. So we'll do that now, but we'll do it slowly. And so it's the G string first, then it's the A string, then the E string, and then the C string. We'll have a close look at it, nice and slow. If you're starting to get there with that, we can try a change with our left hand. So having said we don't need to worry about it, we can have a little minor worry about it now. And I'm going to change from the C to A minor. So we're just doing one finger. Now I change chord just as my finger is about to hit that G string. So you do one full motion all the way through on the 4 strings, and then when you hit the G, it's just when you're changing the chord. So we'll do the same exercise, the same speed, but after each repetition, we'll change to A minor. We'll try that. You don't have to change chords, or you can change chords as many times as you want. It's just to show you that this picking pattern can sound nice, and it works with chord changes, obviously. I just want to labour the point I made earlier about finding out what's comfortable for you. Now you can play this exact pattern using your thumb on the G string instead of your first finger. Some people find that better. I prefer just to use the 2 fingers, but it just shows that you can play the same thing with the same results in different ways, and finding the one that's comfortable for you is most important, more important than reading a instruction manual and saying I must pick this with this finger. So we'll try that and see which one you prefer. So we've done the 2 running man fingers, but in this example we're going to use our thumb instead on the G string, then the middle finger on the A string, then our first finger on the E string, and then our first finger again on the C string. Then we'll repeat, thumb on the G, middle on the A, first on the E, first on the C. So we'll have a close look at that, and then you'll have tried 2 different methods and you'll know which one works best for you. So here we go with a close look. So once you've got that into your mind a little bit, you've got that rhythmic finger motion or using your thumb, the key is to practice. Now, if you're watching telly and you're on your own and it's something that doesn't require much thought, you're just kind of idly watching, you can do this sort of motion sitting watching the telly, and don't worry about what you're playing or what it sounds like, but just keep those fingers going. And you might want to change chords to something you know really well. I think the key would be to play something that's not taxing with chord changes, something that you know almost off by heart, or just experiment. The more you do it, obviously the faster that you can get, and it's really about getting that motion into your brain so it becomes second nature. Now we can't do that in this workshop. We don't have weeks and weeks to sit and noodle away until it sinks in, but it will sink in. I'm going to play something again, and you don't have to do this bit, but I want you to listen to it and see what I'm doing. Now that was a frenetic pace, but what I was actually doing was exactly what we've done before with our first finger and middle finger. But I was just doing it really fast, and I can do that, although I have to confess I've played that better before, but I can do that because I've just over and over gone over these repetitious movements until they sink in. So it does work. You don't have to do it fast straight away. Don't worry that you can't do it fast. Just do it at your own pace and you'll find as it sinks in, you can get faster over time at your own pace.